All those scholars in the academia are prime examples.
The scholars that have...
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right? He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the ground. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that? Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha. Thank you. Sir?
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora. Might explain why she's old.
Oh, thank you.
It was nothing. Hey, you're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get...
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my... I've known you since you were very young. So as far as I'm concerned...
Wow, what a... Okay.
Huh? Don't say anything. Let's head over there. Listen, see if...
Have you heard? The mighty King Deshret, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to the...
Yes, of course I have. King Deshret is the one and only true ruler of the... Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't...
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of King Deshret's civilization in ancient times. We don't... Isn't it a sign of King Deshret's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been...
Huh. Now that you say it, that does...
Exactly. Those city folks will get...
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh? Who are you?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah, bro, this guy's something else.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay?
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about...
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that King Deshret will return to this... Hey, it's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have... Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all Delavar also said that once King Deshret returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under King Deshret and fight.
Is that...
Seems like he still wants to know more.
Got it! At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty.
The people here really like King Deshret, but dislike the...
Where is this radical...
I haven't run into him over the past few days.
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not.
I have many ways to stop you from talking, so you'd best just stay home. Don't do anything until I've gotten...
Yes, got it.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrible. He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used...
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Isaac!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Grandpa, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? But are you okay?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out for...
So, you know Tainar?
Huh? You know him too?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely...
No need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainar? In the forest. From a...
What are you looking for?
Here it is. Take a look right here. Although the traces have been completely buried from the size and shape, they belong to an adult man. The scent is quite faint. But
who would come looking for...
we'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the...
Huh? So you can lure someone away with... Hey! What's wrong with like...
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No.
So someone's taking advantage of their... Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the...
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the...
Right.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot.
Ah, welcome back. Sound.
Oh, dear!
You bet. So,
Reasonably.
I'll hate them.
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured. Did you find out anything? I see. The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't. Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see. It seems someone from beyond the wall.
Makes sense.
So what should we...
If it was any other day, that would be your next. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two.
If Paimon remembers correct...
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit. These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in King Deshret. Way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is their... Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this...
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here. Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no act. I need to go around and ask some questions. Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Re.
All right, sounds like a plan. Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the...
I know what you mean. I had the same question Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block... It was only after I grew up that I realized. The Wall of Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, we're cheap labor. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other...
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Tia.
No, not at all. Besides, we're here to procure information.
Yep,
Shh! Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you... Our mission started the moment we arrived. Let's go check out the tavern. Just our luck.
You mean you don't...
Tia, is that you? What a coincidence.
Zaki.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello, hello.
Anyway,
Absolutely. Much better.
yeah. Have you seen Edgar?
Of course I have.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe
how thought.
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep...
Yes, how considerate.
we there yet?
Yep.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar,
So, you've been watching us from...
Uh-oh.
and you left the strongest one in the village, didn't ya?
So you and Delavar...
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward.
If that's the case...
I'll be honest with you, if it weren't for what you said in the village...
Delavar. And Enger, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand why King Deshret is
Yeah,
See? There you have it.
you're not wrong.
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
A new
Following
punch.
orders.
There is no escape! Now you shall perish!
Eat this!
Take that!
You Blade, Kira!
Shine down!
Impossible!
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course, you would believe everything he reported. The only thing, even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fight. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought.
You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic. Okay.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in...
No task can be done with...
Oh! But instead of...
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries.
Oh! You mean...
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Enger and Delavar like to talk themselves up. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar. That's what you wanted.
Wait! So he's a
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random village.
Wow! What a genius idea!
Ah, you're too kind.
So, that...
About what?
About how mercenaries only care...
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia? Do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other...
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. I've begun to realize that this... But I see through it all.
Dia...
Anyway, looks like we're done. This should be all of them. All right.
Candace?
Candace will be okay on her own. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time.
While I'm questioned,
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, traveler. As for these...
Hey, Dia!
Right on time.
Paimon's been...
We've known each other.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a...
Yep, I guess you can put it that. Us mercs, on the other hand.
Well, Paimon thinks...
Really?
Oh, Sino's here.
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogate.
Oh, you...
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I?
Oh, there's no mask that can...
Perhaps I need to work on my Still, it's perfectly...
Yes, please.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping...
Mercy!
You've made your... We may all be desert dwellers. But there's one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of King Deshret will... The people of Aru Village... A war would only cause us to lose.
We understand. I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it's some mystery man.
They're called village keepers. Slip up a...
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection and talked us into helping him.
That's one.
Huh? What?
Strike. You get a total of...
Wait, He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. It's just...
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
You have to believe me. If I knew that guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to come.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu.
Okay.
If my suspicions are correct, some time ago, people from the Academia attempted to take the village. It strikes me now that...
Which means it's highly likely that the Academia was... They were the ones...
Not the Academia again.
Just as I thought, but what could they want with the village?
People are nothing... Regardless.
You're right.
Time to go.
Yes.
You got it. Can't...
All right.
Let's meet back here. Let's get some food in us and... Where did you come?
Well, as you can see...
You were gone for ages! Hey, what's with the...
You never think things through before asking...
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname! There's just nothing super obvious...
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. Anyway, you plan to...
Yep. Enough with the silent...
No. I'm just surprised that you decided...
All Hatham. You haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village.
Yeah, you're all...
While you were investigating, I had my own work.
Really?
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my... Not to mention that going separate ways...
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But, before that...
What is that?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word?
You mean, some of them...
Hiding the truth does not necessarily... Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. The reason being...
Those eyes...
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that...
Right.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because...
I think it's been a few days since...
Remember?
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected...
Then, why would...
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so...
We're on it!
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed...
Mr. Alhaitham,
Huh?
Go ahead and talk to her. Go on.
Is it really that simple?
may I call you... hi, Traveler. Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why's that? That's very... Before, Traveler, do you believe our lives will...
Yeah! But even so, we've met lots of people from different... We have friends in Sumeru, and we...
I want to try... My apologies for posing my question.
Alhaitham told us you have your reasons.
The fact is that I'm... only one... Some believe in the...
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise...
Yeah. Slowly, I just stopped talking to... And then it happened.
You can tell them. I'm sure she'll...
All right. I actually have a... Perhaps. I'm not... It used to be loud...
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a... But, because we're in the middle of a desert...
There's really nothing...
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar. But it's been abandoned for...
Yeah! Let's go! Is this the place? It's in terrible shape. And there's sand and... Monsters! Watch out!
Here you are.
Torn to oblivion!
Nice and spicy.
Illusion shattered!
The process of elimination.
There is no escape!
Of the jungle!
Illusion shattered! Detached from the world. Shine down!
Right, Pip, it's the fire! Nice and spicy!
Deflect!
You're toast! Out of right, Pip! Hey, go away! Don't be scared!
Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered!
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had, super... He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game, too.
This is the one. Let's go in and...
Hey,
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
and just like that, he said, "What are you reading?
Okay, sure.
Huh?
So...
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya! How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this. Hey, what good is that gonna do for... Hey, what gives? Shouldn't you be... Oh! Thank you. Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
there it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below. Something is off about the interior here. As I thought.
Wow. It's like they... Oh, it looks like they're... I'll take good care of everyone. get it, you are good. Gotta dash. Come on now.
Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion! Shine down!
Oh, don't be scared. Hey.
Flicker.
How bold! A process of elimination.
There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal!
Stay put.
Shine down!
Gotta dash.
Illusion shattered!
Nice and split. Now I got stomach cramps. Look, there's some good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Wait. You're...
He can't. Also, what?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the
He's a scholar too?
No. And that's the... Razak was never involved in any of those things. Leaving that question looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully...
Loaded.
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry. The symptoms are identical.
Huh?
Allow me to jog your memory. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh, now that
Correct. The Academe, it isn't difficult to deduce their ration. First, these rumors were all the persuasion that, as well as being able, life for the desert dweller, many would give, even if complications arise. People will see that those involved are all. The notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their mind.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the
Throughout this process, first, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were. An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But if you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal
resource?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted and
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
with the technology of the Sumeru Academy, perhaps the process caused them great suffering.
So, the human brain...
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, or perhaps his curiosity,
Paimon's a little...
the look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. However, the Academia is going. I've spent quite some time.
You mean you're not even...
All scholars seek to expand, extracting in.
Sounds like you're really a...
Of course. Whether it be academics, this matter needs to be corrected.
Wait!
Not to be callous, but no. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru.
Probably not.
You can say that. The Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Paimon's been wanting to say this...
Though I must say, uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about...
I'm just a more likable person. He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step.
You need to watch out for any signs of earthquakes and sandstorms.
We're back!
You must be tired.
What's the situation?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless,
So, at one point in time,
Yep, pretty much!
their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village. Since Divine... Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village.
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
looks like none of you have realized wherein lies Sino. You're the reason why they can predict.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of...
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before, simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of. If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make.
The academia?
It's not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have every so often comes on Yagarbaha Day. On this day, the academia entered. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once.
You're saying that the academia entered my. But what's the point in doing that?
The Akasha is capable of The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your.
It predicted my every move.
The academia has been watching you longer than you think. However, the fact that you resigned is proof that their suspicions were well-founded.
So that's how it is. Sino, tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless. Sino, don't take it to heart.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity.
Oh, so if the academia is trying to avoid... Yep,
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys!
Please, wait! I want to go I want to find
Everyone, I leave them in your hands.
Yay! Paimon feels like... So, where do we go from here?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the...
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay.
These are likely fragments of an academia developed. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. Let's split up and search the area.
Is this what we're searching for?
This is definitely a device used to
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have... They must have been attacked.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry. Your grandpa's gonna be...
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone.
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is!
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be
You're one of us. We would never.
scholars. You don't know as much as I.
Dia? Why would you? Dia!
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa?
Well,
This comp.
You've betrayed Aru village?
so, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself, I have the means and methods, and my ideals are far more admirable than theirs.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing can deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting King Deshret. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land, we will have a new beginning.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of King Deshret. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry this conviction.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring King Deshret back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. But fate has finally dealt me a hand to play against the academia. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samiel.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the academia.
They look more like pawns of the filthy traitor.
It's impossible, perhaps.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the academia? These people have no value as bargaining. These scholars were exiled from the academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
Wait, you can't be
So...
Precisely. Any wise...
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get... I'm not trying to persuade you.
You are the scribe.
Not all desert dwellers believe...
You academia scum. Every last...
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said? You know you're making a dangerous decision.
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take...
We've known each other for years.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their... Come on, Raman, don't be...
An arm from the flame maid. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. were murked.
You're not wrong, but this...
Let's do it right here, then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Rahman?
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Dia! Run!
Stop!
What's wrong?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own... You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now.
Phew. I was really counting on...
Dia! That was crazy!
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay.
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with it if it came down to it.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is a... Even if we got rid of one...
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find...
Whatever it takes? You just might.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let's get...
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here.
I'll watch from a safe distance.
Okay.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday.
Fine.
That's close enough.
New punching.
You are not welcome here.
There's sand in my shoes. Huh. They got here before.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon over...
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. You brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa! Why is there only...
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of...
It's a 1-for-1. And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any...
You stay right...
Playmate! What do you think you're doing?
Grandpa!
Don't you see this blade here?
You coward! Why are your hands shaking?
Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Grandpa! Paimon...
This day's going just...
The sand dune. I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected it. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said, it may well have... The dendro are gone.
Grandpa? Grandpa?
Hey, look around.
Did there used to be a temple?
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, the symbols on the gate belonged to... It could have been an underground palace and...
Oh, a miracle. Praise King...
What's he doing here?
They must have fallen down here with us. Most of them seem in really bad...
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict.
He's not
As it happens,
What are you doing?
don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects 2 major deities are vying to showcase...
Paimon thought you weren't interested in gods.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being. Or new discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they...
Raman, what are you gonna do?
I'll just let them lay here. King Deshret will take care of his people. Right now, I'm going inside.
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so...
Sir Raman.
Huh? Are you mocking me?
Interpret it however you want. But there's something I'd like to draw your attention...
Whatever you say.
There's nothing to be angry about.
It does seem kind of strange.
There is no escape!
Ready, go!
Rain outlines your fate. Body and mind.
Now you shall perish! Shine down!
Mama, get them!
Rain cutter!
Don't be scared!
There is no escape! No, my sword! Time to act. Torn to oblivion!
Eat this!
Illusion shattered! Wait!
You, Quẩy, you're up!
Rain! Body and mind.
Right here! Hey, go away! Don't be scared! Yeah.
Now that's a sight to see. King Deshret's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of King Deshret.
It's getting brighter! Oh, it looks so beautiful!
Wait, what's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among...
These are...
They left something behind. Yes.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful priest Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people.
You can read ancient?
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
He's not serious.
There's still something off about this. The scent of life.
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message. Excellent. There's a device from King Deshret's.
Isn't sharing knowledge again?
Yes. However, under the circumstance, you'll understand after watching it.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. King Deshret brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping King Deshret to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
The priest's memories.
No.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
But...
Was that the former?
You might be distrustful of the Akasha. You've just witnessed his...
I've never heard about any of this before. The surviving followers of King Deshret all gathered in Aru village. Our god, King Deshret's death. The all but total annihilation of our civilization. We saw her as nothing more than a traitor. Who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like us humans.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, how could I ever begin to accept?
Rahman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're
My Aramites and I.
Hey.
I should probably go.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going. But please, give me some time.
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with.
When would be a good time for us to go?
Tomorrow. I'll convince everyone, and I'll return.
You seem to finally understand that our true enemy...
Yes. The gods never gave up on anyone.
That must have been rough. But he's...
Ramon's no fool. Being the leader of your own... It's too bad he was held back by his belief in King Deshret.
The outcome...
We should get going too. Let's head back. Have a... Sino, we're leaving!
Stop yelling.
Ramon?
Everything's been arranged. Someone will bring...
I guess all I can say...
Don't mention it. But we share a common...
Where are the
I'll bring you to them.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Oh no, it's the...
There's no need to yell.
We've been all over the desert trying to...
That's right.
General Mahamatra? No.
Whoa. The moment they set eyes on...
You should have known that I would become...
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have done...
No, not Sino. He's gonna tear us limb...
I could do worse.
Please have mercy.
Start talking.
So, your superiors have kept you quite busy recently.
They,
Don't play dumb. They extract divine canned knowledge.
Well, you better start talking or you'll be...
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
Be my guest.
Uh-huh? That sure didn't sound like a...
How did you know?
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death, the withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like,
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But he asked them.
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme end...
First, the Academia spent a long time. After that, they harvested dreams via the Sebzerus festival with the doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at max. Next, they decided that their new god...
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge extract...
Call it an educated guess? The Academia has been... Nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely you can see what that implies. If it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able...
You must have noticed by now. It is as if they are cursed with a desire. Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in This is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars.
Then what does Lesser Lord Is she not a true god present in this world?
From the beginning, when the Academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped. They found that at the time, she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a root. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's gnosis had been used slowly but surely.
So...
All right, let's try to... Ramon, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers.
Sure. As you...
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes, and each one has a dedicated.
The atmosphere. Hey! Say something! Stop spacing out!
Come on, is there nothing?
Or I can go fetch.
Oh, pardon.
Do you have any plans, traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work, are—
So you were still withholding some information?
Even though we lived through all of this firsthand,
What a whirlwind of a story.
It seems like there'll be more issues.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that—
It's time to make a plan.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of—
So, everyone.
Crush the sages and rescue our god.
Well, let's brainstorm a—
the next time we gather here, we must have a—
yep,